When you and I have talked, we've met, I've been to your house in Vegas, and we've sat down, and you've been like an encyclopedia on boxing. It's just amazing how you lay out the boxing history to me. I take it that you're watching films and studying Jake Paul, getting into this, because you're quite a scholar.
It's good to work in the gym. It's good to get boxing, and it's good for training and endurance. But nothing's like being in the ring and fighting.
Mike, is it frustrating to train like you did and then have this in 7 or 8 seconds?
For this fight, I only trained probably 2 weeks or 3 weeks for this fight.
I also want to fight you for those Muhammad Ali gloves. That's going to be the deal closer right there.
My Muhammad Ali gloves?
Right there, the red Muhammad Ali gloves with the gold writing on it. Are you ready to put up your dukes?
No, not first you.
Come on, man, give it up, dude. Well, Kim's trying to make a deal, but I'm going to make it hard.
After his epic fight against Jake Paul in Texas, Mike Tyson has just dropped a bombshell statement that has shocked the entire boxing world. Mike is still feeling good after his entertaining match against 27-year-old Jake Paul made an unexpected choice, which he announced to the public a few hours ago.
I'm good. Texas, you better get louder than that. Mr. Mike Tyson. It is so different to see what you do when you're on your phone or watching online, to witness it right here. It is something spectacular that I don't think any of us have seen before. At this point, there's a quote that you have said, God lets everything happen for a reason. It's all a learning process. From the moment you started getting into camp for this fight, what have you learned about yourself so far?
I'm tougher than I believe I was.
For details of this shocking turn of events, come with us to Texas. Let's go. Iron Mike fought for the first time in nearly 4 years last night. However, the 58-year-old boxing great said something that nobody saw coming. It was like waking up one morning to see the sky red. That is how much shock many fans got from Tyson's public plan to have more fights in 2025. Yeah, Tyson, who had his last professional fight in 2005, has chosen to get back into the ring next year. The choice is even more shocking when you consider Tyson's history of health challenges over the years. But here is the kicker: he may already have his first opponent.
You know, I got the rounds in me, so I'm not, listen, I'm sparring young guys, 30, 27 young guys. They're hitting me real hard. You know, it wasn't a picnic when I first started training. You know, I'm fighting with younger guys, and they're really giving me a shellacking at first.
Are you doing the shellacking now? Like the old Mike?
Doing my share, yeah.
What's the most significant risk you're worried about heading into this fight with Jake?
What am I worried about?
Any risks?
No, not that I think of, not that I'm contemplating.
There's been a lot of back and forth between you and Jake about killing each other. Is that just the old Mike talking, or do you really feel that way?
Hey, listen, my intention is to go in there and fight hard and hurt him.
I mean, we can all remember that the reason his much anticipated fight against Jake Paul was even postponed was due to his health issues, which is the reason we saw the fight 5 months later. Tyson fell sick on a flight from Miami to Los Angeles last Sunday, and his flight was met by first responders. Tyson's camp linked the episode to an ulcer problem. As feared, the news of Tyson's health challenge led to calls for the cancellation of the fight. However, Tyson has once again proved himself to be stronger than anyone expected by going ahead with the fight.
10 threes?
Okay.
You want 10 threes?
Let's go. Be careful.
You want 10 threes? See, that's the thing. That's the thing is everyone's all talk. I'll do whatever, wherever, whenever. I don't give a f. So it's all talk. Put it on the line. I'm stating facts. He's talking.
Mike, he seems extremely confident. He says there's no fear. Should he be scared?
He should be very scareful, yeah.
While that is impressive on its own, news of Tyson's intention to continue fighting is as shocking as it is amazing. Tyson has always had a larger-than-life attitude, and it appears that he still has that trait even in his 50s. So we ask the question most of you have in mind: why is the former heavyweight champion coming back after nearly 2 decades, and what does it mean for the sport? Well, we can't talk about Tyson possibly returning to competitive fights after Jake Paul without looking at potential risks he will likely face. First, competing at the highest level presents challenges as athletes age, with physical and mental fitness tougher to regain. But in a sport like boxing, it also provides challenges neurologically, given his whole professional life has been predicated on being hit in the head. Tyson could be at a higher risk of neurological damage when he steps back into the ring. In particular, boxing commissions often categorize fighters as being at a high risk of sustaining further injuries if they are fighting over the age of 40. Frankly, boxing is unique, the idea of a sport in which the objective is to punch the opponent mainly in the head, and cause a knockout means boxing comes with very specific health concerns. But the true danger of the sport doesn't solely come from the big explosive knockouts, which get fans on their feet, have long-term repercussions that can come from the repeated blows to the head boxers sustained throughout a fight and during the training process.
So this is helping me in my future fights and everything that I want to accomplish.
Listen, I'm not getting in the ring with either one of you. I've watched this man train. I've seen Mike Tyson hit the mitts. It should be criminally illegal for him to punch folks like this. When you watch that, what happens when Jake Paul gets in trouble against a real-life killer?
I think he's a mitt warrior. The Instagram videos are cute, but we'll see what happens in the ring on November 15th at the end of the day. We'll see if he still got it.
When he tells you, or when he says you're a mitt warrior, right? And this is a guy who's never fought someone like you, a guy who hasn't had the accolades that you've attained.
Boxers can develop symptoms or conditions such as an inability to sleep, chronic fatigue, and chronic post-concussive symptoms, chronic Parkinsonian signs, and chronic traumatic incapacity long after they retire. Despite all these possible health risks, boxing is one of the most watched and supported sports worldwide for clear reasons. Its explosive nature, the plots, and the colorful personalities have made it a must-watch TV at times.
You know what I mean? If you running at 2 in the morning in the snow, in the blizzard, trust me, he's not gonna want to do that. He's gonna get on the treadmill.
Yeah.
You know?
And you used to say that, we had those earlier conversations. I remember you saying to me, Tony, fighting's easy. It's like, I prepare, I train so hard that the fight feels like, it's easy. Was that true?
Exactly.
Because you trained so damn hard.
Exactly. That's why I had a lot of easy one-round knockouts.
Yeah. Pat Riley, was the Lakers, and he's a good friend of mine, now owns a piece of the Heat. And he told me when he was a kid that, one, his dad had a neural impact with him, but also a coach. And a coach one time was screwing off, and he said, you look in my eyes, bro. He said, your opponent, there's somebody out there practicing while you're relaxing. One day you'll meet him, and he will end you.
And Iron Mike has brought all that over his lengthy and often controversial career. But his insistence to continue fighting may be detrimental. The neurological impact he could feel might outweigh the positives. However, if there is anyone who can overcome all these challenges, it is Mike Tyson. All through his life, Tyson has risen above challenges others have bowed to in their life. From his meteoric rise as the youngest heavyweight champion in history, Tyson's ascent through the ranks of professional boxing was nothing short of extraordinary. His relentless aggression, blistering speed, and devastating knockout power became his trademarks. In 1986, at just 20 years old, Tyson defeated Trevor Berbick to become the youngest heavyweight champion in history, a record that still stands to this day. His subsequent victories over renowned opponents like Larry Holmes and Michael Spinks cemented his status as an unstoppable force in the ring.
I knew my interest level exceeded Stockton, so I had a chance to go live and train with Cus D'Amato, who trained my father when he was a young boy. But based on one answer to one question, Cus said, why do you want to be a fighter? I said, Cus, I want to be middleweight champion, and I think you could help me. He goes, I want to meet you. So we drove up to Catskill from our visit to New York and met with him, and I was invited to stay. Mike laughed and thought, like, who's this Joe College guy? He's not going to last. He's out of here. He's a short-termer, but 4 or 5 years.
Seen him come and go. Since I've been there, I've seen him come and go.
Yeah.
Big guys, strong guys, little guys, white guys, black guys, Spanish. I saw him come and go.
But he stuck.
Yeah, he stuck around.
In recent years, Tyson has transitioned to different ventures outside of boxing. He starred in a one-man show on Broadway, authored a memoir named Undisputed Truth, and even launched his own podcast. Tyson's charismatic personality and enduring popularity have made him a pop culture icon transcending the limits of the sport.
Well, he deserves it. Everything that I succeeded with is because of him. He deserves to be known. No matter how famous I get, he's gonna be with me.
Yeah. When you look at Tom today and see that, he's been involved in community, public service, here he is running for mayor, how much does what he's about to accomplish make you proud or even surprise you?
Well, I'm not surprised, because I knew Tom could do anything he wants if he puts his enthusiasm behind it. And I'm just really proud of seeing him become the person he is now, because I'll be so proud of him. He'd probably be battling against some political issues, but he'd be so proud of him from where he started to where he is now.
Do you see similarities between what he is now and what the kid you knew maybe so long ago?
Tom has just went to the next level of life. He's not that person anymore.
Yeah.
If he was still that person, he wouldn't be who he is now.
Having seen what Tyson has to face when he returns to regular boxing, the next thing to talk about is what his return means for the sport. Boxing as a sport has seen a slight decrease in popularity over the years. One of the reasons is that current boxers don't have the same charisma as the likes of Mike Tyson. We got a taste of what Tyson's presence can add to promoting the sport in November 2020. Tyson fought Roy Jones Jr. to a draw in Tyson's much-awaited return to the ring. Even though it was just an exhibition, the Tyson-Jones fight at the Staples Center in Los Angeles exceeded all expectations, but a possible rematch never materialized. However, the game was heavily promoted and brought huge attention to boxing as a whole.
Are you talking to me right now?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yes, I'm back, yeah.
You're the star.
I'm just happy to be here. I love you too, thank you.
When you and your team were watching Jake after the Mike Perry fight, you said the difference between me and him is that he's a manufactured killer. He's the killer that papers and TV made. I'm a natural-born killer. That's what you said. That we felt in our bones. That's what everyone who grew up watching you remembers. Can you expand on that? Why is he manufactured and why are you for real?
Yeah, that's what I said.
Yeah, I'm just wondering if you can expand on it. I mean, can you give me...
It's just what I said.
It's just that, all right. That's cool. When you hear that, do you agree with that, Jake? Is there something to that?
Whatever he wants to think, everyone's entitled to their opinion, but the deadliest weapon on the planet is manufactured, and that's a new...
Similar attention has followed the fight between Tyson and Paul from social media, where Tyson and Paul both boast tens of millions of fans, to the larger-than-life 40-foot floats of the fighters at the State Fair of Texas and on TV spots during nationally televised college football games. The promotion brought over 60,000 fans in attendance with a gate fee that passed $15 million, which would be the biggest U.S. boxing gate fee in history outside of Las Vegas. Tyson-Paul ended up being 60% above the previous Texas gate record for a boxing MMA event, which was $9 million for Canelo Alvarez, Billy Joe Saunders.
If I'm paying a guy to kick my... If he doesn't kick my ass, he has to go. He's fired.
What's it been like to take a punch? All right, up next, Neil Barker of the AP. Neil, you're up.
Hello, gents. Nice to see you. Greetings from London. I just wondered, have the health implications of this fight crossed either of your minds? Obviously, there's lots of critics out there saying you guys shouldn't even be doing this. What precautions are you taking? How do you feel about it just weeks out now from this showdown?
Me and Roy Jones superseded the physical test on all the programs they gave us. So what did that tell you?
Roy?
Roy, you want to jump in on that one, or just Mike?
What does that tell you?
Although nobody can predict the future, we can say from what we have learned so far that Tyson's return is beneficial for the growth of boxing. His presence provides an effortless stage for promotions and advertising for the sport. The reasons are not far-fetched. Mike Tyson's life has been an incredible roller coaster ride filled with triumphs, setbacks, and eventually redemption from his uninspiring performances in the ring to his turbulent personal life. Tyson's journey has captivated viewers around the world.
They probably won't think Max Baer was the greatest heavyweight champion, but they're remembered. You can't escape them. When you open up the history books, they're there.
His story also serves as a reminder of the resilience of the human spirit and the transformative power of self-redemption, which guarantee that Iron Mike Tyson will forever be etched in the pages of boxing history, leaving an indelible mark on the sport and inspiring generations of fighters to come. Talking about the future and inspiring generations, Tyson's next fight might be the perfect storm. Former undisputed heavyweight world champion Lennox Lewis is ready to come out of retirement and rematch his heavyweight rival Mike Tyson.
With the former heavyweight champion of the world, the last undisputed heavyweight champion of the world, the pride of Canada, Lennox Lewis in the flesh at the Box Fan Expo. How we doing, man?
Doing good. So many fans I met today, spoke to, shook their hands, took pictures. I loved it. I thought it was great. And I love talking to my fans and being with my fans and taking pictures. So, great day.
What's the craziest thing a fan's ever asked you to sign?
Well, I'm sure you know, definitely their t-shirts, definitely their gloves, and usually their arms sometimes. It depends.
Iron Mike has only 6 losses in his boxing career, which made him one of the best in the sport's history. One of those 6 professional losses came against Lewis. Lewis and Tyson famously went head-to-head back in 2002 with the break going on 2, win via knockout in the 8th round, retaining his WBC, IBF, IBO, and ring heavyweight world titles. Even without the presence of social media, the fight was one of the most watched boxing bouts at the time, so the possibility of a rematch will surely have fans buzzing. Even if the bout is coming nearly 20 years late, however, the 59-year-old who retired in 2003 refused to rule out an epic rematch with Tyson. I have spoken to Mike just about fighting. Let's hope his health is okay.
Stay away from his power. I seen him working out the other day, and he throws some good combinations. So those 6-punch combinations, he has to make sure. I'm talking Jake Paul. Make sure that he's not in the way of those punches, because Tyson's a real fighter.
You saw him working out the other day. He's 57 years young. He still got it. He still got it in his eyes. He still got it in the body.
Oh yeah, no, Tyson can throw a punch. He can take a punch. So, he's doing something that he's used to.
Who would you say right now is the face of boxing, Lennox?
Face of boxing? There's so many faces that you could put out there. Name some names.
Gervonta Tank Davis, Devin Haney, Ryan Garcia, Canelo Alvarez.
Yeah, of course. There's many faces of boxing, as he just said.
It looks only both men's health can stop this rematch. Another potential opponent of Tyson is Jake Paul himself, who will likely want a rematch and a chance to continue proving himself to fans. But any potential fight involving Tyson is probably going to split views the same way his bout with Jake Paul did last night. One of the main reasons for the complaints is Tyson's age. Many boxing enthusiasts feel that the fight is detrimental for the sport's image. UFC CEO Dana White called the fight a disgrace. However, Tyson said everyone is allowed to their opinion and doesn't care what others have to say. He went ahead to tell reporters after the fight that he will keep fighting because he likes it. Also, Tommy Fury, who interestingly was Jake Paul's opponent before Tyson, condemned the fight, mocked Jake Paul for picking a man who he thinks has passed his prime to fight against a half-brother of boxing stars. Tyson Fury defeated Jake Paul last year and said he is unhappy that Paul, who can handle him, is looking for an easier opponent to face, so he put it in his resume.
I don't know, man. It's not working, whatever these games are. It's not going to change the result of what happens Friday night.
And you've said in the past that you want to be taken seriously as a boxer. So, if that is your goal, when can we expect you to start fighting legitimate contending fighters in your given weight class?
I think you're the same from the other venue.
I am
that same dumbass question,
and you didn't answer.
And you're sitting here disrespecting Mike Tyson to his face once again.
I asked you a question.
Do you not think that he's a serious boxer? He walks away.
A big story, a big part of your history, of course. Your first trainer, the late great Customato. What do you think he would say of this spectacle going down on Friday?
He'd be very happy.
What do you think he would tell you about how to beat Jake Paul?
He would be very happy.
Speaking of Jake Paul, he also dropped an important update about his next opponent, is Canelo. Paul declared, referencing boxer Canelo Alvarez during an interview on the Timbo Sugar Show podcast with MMA stars Shah Ali and Tim Welch. Alvarez currently holds the WBC, WBA, and WBO super middleweight titles and owns a February 2nd 60 career record with 39 H39 knockouts. Paul, a YouTube star who has leveraged his fame into a lucrative and increasingly successful fighting career, said it would be a fight to determine the face of boxing.
So this goes perfect. You go out there, you knock out Mike Tyson. Do you have a call out in mind? Or you don't have to necessarily say it on here, because I know sometimes that's a special event in itself. Is the winner, who they call out, what's next?
It's Canelo. I mean, me versus Canelo at 200 pounds for the cruiserweight championship of the world. It makes so much sense. And Canelo's on his way out. He's going to want a payday. And I want to show the world that all the shit I've been talking about beating Canelo is actually true. And I'll have the biggest upset in the sport of boxing. And we will fight to really see who is the face. I beat his gate record in Texas. I'm beating the ticket sales. I have more followers than him, etc. I'm going to be the new money man. This fight should be for a belt, and it makes the most sense at cruiserweight. He's wanted the cruiserweight belt. If everyone remembers, he was going to challenge Makabu.
The 34-year-old showed little interest in interacting with Paul as recently as last April after the Tyson vs. Paul matchup was first announced. Alvarez has had 2 fights over the past year, beating Haim Monja by unanimous decision in May and Edgar Berlanga by unanimous decision in September. As we look forward to 2025, we can't wait to see Tyson back in the ring. If his next fight is like the one with Jake Paul, then fans are in for exciting times. Remember to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and smash the warning bell. Thanks for watching.